Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Neolus and this is Dragonball Xenoverse tips and tricks. Today I will be talking a little about presets. Let's go right in there. As you can see, you got equip and save. Save is just when you made a build and you don't want to lose it while you switch between items and clothing and techniques. You just come here, you choose a slot, and you save it. And later on, you can go back here and equip whatever you want for your story mode or whatever. You don't always, if you're doing PQs, for example, you don't have to equip it before you do a PQ. You can just select the build in the PQ itself. I'll explain more about that later. First of all, why is there a preset option? It's not just to change your clothing. You can equip different sets of clothing, save them here, as you can see, and choose your outfit. But it's not only for that. It's also for your skills, your clothing, and the items you equip for battle. The best way to use the presets is to not only change your outfit and cosmetics for it, but also your skills. This works very well for characters like my Splatterhouse here, who are built pretty, how do you say that, balanced. Let's check his attributes. As you can see, he is a very balanced character. So I could, for example, make a very balanced build where he can use both strike attacks and ki blast attacks, but I can also make him slightly lean more towards strike supers or strike attacks in general, or I can make him lean more towards ki blast supers, depending on what I need for a certain mission. For example, this set that I have on right now is a balanced set. I got, wait, let me go to his actual equipment so you can see the stats on it. So I put together a outfit that is completely balanced. None gets priority above the other. As you can see, in this with this piece, my health goes up, my basic attack goes up, my strike supers go down, go up, my ki blast supers go down. But with another piece, for example, basic attack, strike supers, ki blast supers go up, while my health and ki go down. So it generally, with all these items that I have equipped, it generally stays the same. As for my skill set, I use Hyper Drain. I use that on almost every skill set for him. I have a very good reason for that. It drains the enemy's ki, stamina, and brings it to my bars. So if I'm low on ki and stamina, I can just grab my enemy, steal his ki and stamina, and I will get the results. Meteor Crash is one of my favorite melee attacks. If I keep the button pressed, I will just keep spamming that attack. Milky Cannon, not the ideal energy super attack, but it is a very good one. It's like this little energy ball that flies towards the enemy very slowly, but if they hit, it explodes massively. Then you got Maximum Charge. If you're low on ki, that is always useful to have. For my melee ultimate, I have Victory Rush, because in my opinion it's one of the best ultimate for melee attackers aside from Spirit Sword. Spirit Sword is a lot stronger, a lot better, but it misses a fuck ton. And with Victory Rush, at least when you hit them, you keep hitting them. And with Spirit Sword, if they block it, it's done. It's over. Or if they evade it. Death Ball. It's a homing move. It will follow your enemy, hit them. They will get stunned. You can follow in with a melee attack, or you can just throw another one if you have enough ki. And as an evasive skill, I use Super Explosive Wave. Just, you know, I don't use evasive moves very much, and I only use them when my enemy gets too close and gets the upper hand. So I blast them away with a energy-based attack that does damage and moves them away from me. So I have some space and can follow up with an attack or whatever. Then, let's go back to presets and see what else we got. This one is a full energy build. So, I equip that. And there we go. New hide costume. This is health and Ki Blast Supers. I recommend Vegito's outfit, as it increases your health. It increases your Ki rather than your health. And Ki Blast Supers, obviously. And that's the entire set. So your health doesn't go up. Wait. Why am I... Ah, got the wrong feet on. New hide battle costume. There we go. Got the right shoes on. So the entire set is like that. Health goes up by 5 points. Ki Blast Supers goes up by 5 points. Basic attack and strike supers go down by 5 points. So that increases my energy attack and my health a little. You don't really need health, so you want to be wearing something that increases your ki and not your health. And the best one for that is Vegito. It's very hard to get, trust me. I've been spamming that for more than 5 hours just to get one piece. And of course, my favorite Z-Soul to use is I'm neither Kami nor Piccolo now. I use that on almost every build. I'm gonna try other Z-Souls, and I will make a tips video about that later. Anyway, so let's move on to the melee set. And this is my full melee set for my Namekian. It's Broly and Bardock, and I got the Time Patroller. Generally, you want to make my characters look good, and if I use a full set, you know, it's not really unique. If I use full Broly, he just looks like a Namekian Broly. If I use full Bardock, he looks like a Namekian Bardock. If I use full Time Patroller, you know, everyone walks around in that outfit. So I use different outfits that have the same stats, and I mix and match them until I find something that I like, and I like this outfit very much on him. Stamina, basic attack, and strike supers go up, while Ki Blast supers go down. Same on this, same on this, and same on this. The reason I take this one is stamina goes up. As a melee fighter, you want stamina because you go in close to the enemy and they have more chance of hitting you than they have when you're an energy-based attacker and stay at a distance at all times. If you stay at a distance at all times, it becomes very hard for your enemies to hit you. While if you're a melee fighter, you go in close and you get hit constantly. I still need to figure out a good build for melee fighters though. My current set is the following. Hyper Drain, obviously, the same thing for the stamina and the ki. Steal it from your enemy. If they don't have any stamina but you do, you can hit them for shit tons, but they can hit you. Meteor Crash, like usual, it's one of the best damaging moves that you can keep using. Even when they block, eventually their stamina will run out and you will continue doing the move as long as you have ki. Evil Whirlwind to push them away from me. Kaioken, I personally think Kaioken is better for melee fighters than for energy users. Well, it could be, how do you say that? Fucking dispute it, whatever. What Kaioken does, instead of, like, Super Saiyan drains your ki, while Kaioken drains your stamina. Actually, I should switch them around. I should make my Saiyans melee fighters, and vice versa. Anyway, the reason I take Kaioken for melee fighters is that I increase my stamina on melee fighters more than I do ki, because as a melee fighter you don't use a lot of ki because you're doing melee attacks constantly. And on a balanced character, this is not really a good choice, as you increase ki and stamina almost equally. I'll do a tips video about Kaioken and Super Saiyan later on as well, and I'll explain what I mean in depth about the stamina and ki differences between Kaioken and Super Saiyan. Victory Rush, I use Crash a Volcano on my melee build because it's a good move in my opinion. It pushes the enemies away from me, and I can switch between targets in between the move. If there is a lot of enemies around me, I can switch that though. I prefer... Where is it? Oh, where are you? Here. Giant Storm. If you're a melee fighter and you're surrounded by enemies, Giant Storm is the perfect move. Because the more enemies around you, the more you will kill. It's that simple. Giant Storm is the go-to move to kill a lot of enemies in a very short amount of time. And of course, instead of Super Explosive Wave, I use a melee type because it will do more damage because of my outfit. Spirit Explosion. So that is melee build. I'm not gonna go into that about melee builds and energy type builds, but it's just to make you see the differences between your options in presets. Also, if you have a balanced character, you can make a balanced build, you can make a melee build, you can make an energy build, but you have like 8 slots, right? 7 slots, okay. And the 8th is the one you walk around with. You can say like, okay, I like this build, I'm gonna save it. However, I'm having trouble with multiple enemies with this build. Like I said, I just switched Volcano, whatever, to Giant Storm. You can save that on number 4, for example. You can just switch the attack and save it in a different slot. So you would have both attacks on different builds. And that's what I do with a lot of my characters. I give them 2 different moves, same outfit, but just 2 different moves, or switch 2 moves to 2 other moves for solo battles or multiple enemy battles. Let's go to the offline parallel quests and just show you what I mean. That you can just choose it right there. You don't have to go like to your customization presets and then choose whatever you wanna use in the next mission. If you prefer running around with this outfit in the online session that people can see you, but you don't want to use this in the next mission you do, you just choose the outfit in the mission itself. And you just press that button. And there we go. Our different outfits with our different moves. We can check our skills. I still have to equip these 2. So yeah, that's about it about the presets. Next time I will give some tips about melee builds, full melee builds, I mean, full energy builds, and, you know, God damn it, I keep losing the word. Balanced builds. Okay, probably not balanced builds. You've seen enough about balance in this one, but I got 2 Saiyans, and I can explain a lot more about energy builds and melee builds with those 2. So, I'll be doing that next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities, and I'll see you guys next time.